It's time to take your fucking Trump signs down. You're acting like a cult and that ain't right. Tiny brains and MAGA hats with yard signs without their masks will go out on Facebook to bitch tonight. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to yard sign people age 1 to 98. Although it's been said many times, many ways, you're a snowflake and a cuck.
Ladies and gentlemen, sit back and enjoy Mega Meeple. Greetings and welcome to the Mega Meeple. How the hell are you? Oh, say, yeah, I know I've been kind of off the grid. Basically moved again, and no. So this place is, I think, oh goddamn, better be the last place I live at. I want to die in this place as far as I'm concerned, because I ain't moving again. But hopefully this situation is a lot better. It's a situation where, you know, if my roommate all of a sudden decides to, you know, violate the lease and move out and not want to pay his share of the rent, yeah, I have two roommates and they can move out at any time. It's not contingent upon me. It does not impact me to have to try to find a roommate, and if I don't, I get evicted, which is what happened at the last place, because we don't have any rent support here, pretty much anywhere. I don't think, definitely not in North Carolina. So yeah, but my situation now is these roommates could fucking get up and leave right now and move out. And I don't do jack shit. I stay here. All I got to do is stay put, pay my rent, and that's it. It is up to the homeowner to find roommates and to rent out the rooms available in this house. And it's a pretty goddamn sweet house. So I basically have the entire second floor. The second floor is used to be the attic, but they basically gutted it out and made it into a room, like a loft, and it's a pretty good size. I mean, I have enough for not only my studio here, but also my bed, and my gaming shelves, and the game table. So I could pretty much fit all the important shit in this one room, which is pretty cool. So I'm able to maintain the whole quarantine and isolation stuff that is still going on, and still have all my playthings. Yes. So anyway, yeah, so that's what I've been doing for the past month, is just moving and getting unpacked and getting things situated. So it took me about a month, but I think I finally got everything unboxed and everything in its place and settled in. And I'm not going anywhere. This is it. Jesus Christ. Anyway, yeah, so it's continued on the Shoot the Shit Fireside Chat series because of the whole coronavirus and pandemic quarantine thing. I'm not going to be talking about solo gaming or all the games that I played solo. About the only games that I've played with other people right now is a BattleTech campaign. And even that, I'm separated from the main core group, because even if we're gaming in the same place, everybody's in a dining room playing, and I'm in another room, yelling in my rules. So I'm kind of all together, but not. So anyway, so dealing with all that crap, and the sense of isolation, and of course, as you know, as many of you probably know, the whole thing of depression and shit starts to set in after a while. But but I'm still plugging along. And so this episode is, again, I have no idea who the guest is. It's whoever sound file I saved into this particular folder on my computer. So let me just drop this audio file in here, and we'll find out together. Who the hell did I talk to this past summer? And I'm just now getting around to getting it edited and sent out. So here we go. Okay, welcome back to the Mega Meeple, continuing my fireside chat subtitled "Shoot the Shit" series. Got a returning guest, and we may talk about board games, we may talk about coffee, we may talk about God knows. If you know how these episodes are going, we're pretty much talking about just about anything. So, but with me today, I have Jenn, the Boardgame Librarian. Hey, Jenn, how you doing?
What's up, Tom? What is up, people? Yeah, I love this Shoot the Shit series. This is great. As I said earlier, I've said it again and again, I'm just blinding people with library signs and boring the hell out of them. So this will be great not to talk about libraries and books, really.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
So that'll be one of the topics that we won't cover. Everything else is open season or open territory.
So how have you been doing? What's going on down there in North Carolina?
It's been weird. This past weekend has been in the 70s, damn near 80s, and then the past day or so has been nothing but heavy rain. So it's weird, and criminy, I don't even. All I know is daytime and nighttime anymore. Yesterday, I don't even remember yesterday. We're recording this Tuesday morning. I don't even remember Monday. I think I slept through the whole day.
What is time?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even. So my husband watches Seth Meyers in the morning, and the one from last night was like quarantine day 70, and I was like, no way. God, if any more of this goes on, I think we're all just gonna end up fossils in our houses and apartments, right?
I think so.
Crusty old fossils.
So we're actually recording this in the morning, which is the time of day that I don't know. Are you an early morning person?
Hell no.
Okay.
I mean, so I worked from home maybe five or 6 weeks, and I said to my husband, I said, I've got to keep a schedule, because if I go to bed later and get up later, I'm going to be screwed when I have to actually go into work. And it's like a half hour to an hour commute to get to work. And I can't be doing that kind of garbage. So I've been getting up anywhere between 7 and 8. And I try to go to bed for 11. But I know you're a night owl, though, right?
Oh, yeah. Because I'm essentially retired, so, and an introvert. So this whole quarantine thing, it's weird. It's like, okay, well, yeah, I kind of keep to myself, and then just my mobility issues makes it hard to get out. But I could usually have people come over, Or, you know, for a
Right.
game night, you know, someone would come by and because I can't drive, somebody would come by and pick me up and you know, so I'm able to go out. But now with the whole quarantine thing and doctor telling me that I'm a high risk person, because we our gaming group, after about 2 months of hunkering down, it's like, okay, well, North Carolina's starting to ease up the whole going out of restrictions. They still encourage people being the 6 feet apart and you know, wear masks, although not everybody is adhering to that.
Yep. Yeah.
But I asked my doctor, so well, you know, can I got some masks? Could I at least go and you know, meet up with friends? And he's like, you know, no. He said it's too much of a high risk. Now, initially, what he said for me to be in quarantine, he said about 8 weeks, and now it's like, you got to stay in quarantine until there's a vaccine or herd immunity and stuff like that. Ah, Jesus.
Yeah, you're like, all right, the rest of my life. 50 weeks later. Oh, is that what sunshine looks like? Oh, the outside, people. Oh, yeah, so I'm friends with you on Facebook, and, you know, I, of course, like and follow your content, and I've been thinking about you down there and how tough it must be. And you lost your roommate, which was terrible. And then
I'm soon going to be losing my apartment too. I'm just gonna ride this shit out until the sheriff serves the notice. And then I have a friend that says, well, one of my gaming friends says, well, we have a room upstairs you can stay until, you know, another friend of ours is. The plan is one of our gaming friends is trying to buy a house, and he said once he does that, you know, I can move in with him. The whole thing is like he's not only looking for a house to have roommates and stuff, but he's a realtor, so he's looking for a house that he's able to, you know, turn around and maybe in a year or two rent out. For at least a profit and stuff. So he's looking at it from a you know, an investment type of thing.
Well, that's good. It's nice to have friends who are there for you, to have your back, for sure, especially when the times are tough.
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of coffee are you drinking today?
I like coffee flavored coffee.
I totally set myself up for that.
You ever see that Dennis Leary bit where we talk whatever, you know, you got this cappuccino called, you know, Gordon, whatever happened to coffee flavored coffee? You have coffee flavored coffee? So anyway, my go-to is Folgers Black Silk. So it's more of the, but I find a lot of the taste comes from the creamer.
Yeah.
So I got here I am talking about coffee flavored coffee. My favorite creamer is the Nestle's chocolate caramel.
Oh, I haven't tried that one.
So tried that, and then this past month when I was doing my little online shopping for no contact delivery, what's that? I'm glad, thank God for that place.
Yeah, really.
But I saw that they had cinnamon bun flavored creamer. I was like, ooh. So I'm trying that now.
That I think I've had before. I heard somewhere, well, back when the library was able to have programs, I had a local coffee roaster come out and talk about their coffees and the process of, you know, from bean to, you know, in the bag. And one of the things they said was light roasts actually have more caffeine in them, which I never knew. But I must say, black silk coffee sounds very sexy. Sounds like a sexy kind of coffee.
Yeah.
And I love creamer too. It's half coffee and half creamer in my house.
Okay. And do you get do you do the instant coffee or do you like get the beans and grind the beans down, or are you one of these people that had like the Keurig thing? A friend of mine has the Keurig, and I did some house sitting for him. Those are pretty neat. If you could find the box of cups, the little thing that and a flavor you like, those are pretty neat.
I had one for a long time, and my husband and I have been married 10 years, and I've gone through 4 coffee pots and or Keurigs. And those Keurigs are expensive. So after like the third one, I went, okay, screw this. I'm clearly not meant to be a Keurig owner. So I just went back to a regular coffee maker. I do have a coffee grinder, and I bought beans. It really depends on how lazy I am in the morning, because also not really a morning person. I tried doing that fancy pour over stuff. I don't have the technique down. Have you tried that? Have you seen the whipped that people are doing with the instant coffee, where it's like instant coffee, maybe heavy cream and some sugar, and they're using a hand mixer, and they're making like this whipped iced coffee concoction. Have you seen those?
No. The closest thing to that I've been seeing is, do the coffee or whatever it is, and do like a little cute little picture with your creamer.
Oh, yep.
Frothy thing or whatever the hell they do with that. I don't know.
It's all very frou-frou, right?
You foo-foo.
Yeah, I have friends who are like super coffee connoisseurs, and if they saw I just buy, so we shop at an Aldi. I don't know if you have Aldi down your way, but I buy like the store brand breakfast blend, and it probably would kill some people, but everyone has their luxuries, and I only drink 1 cup of coffee a day.
Okay. Now, are you one of these people that you have to have the coffee, or is it like me? I could, like tonight. If I stay awake today, because I don't even remember yesterday. I think I slept all day so much that I forgot to eat. I think I ate something, but yeah, I was asleep, so I was up all night. So yeah, 10 o'clock at night is breakfast for me, I guess. That's how I. Okay. And then 1 a.m. is lunch, and then 3 or 4 a.m. is dinner time. I swear I'm a vampire. I think so, but God, what the hell was I talking about? I don't know.
Brain fart. What am I? One of those people? If you're asking if I'm one of those people who can have coffee later in the day or multiple cups.
Oh, yeah. Because I could have coffee at night and then go to sleep. Well, maybe not at night, but, I could go to sleep an hour after I have a coffee. And coffee to me, like in the morning, is more of, I don't know. If I don't have coffee, I don't have like the shivers or shakes or anything. Okay. It's more like a ritual to me. It's like, okay. Yeah. It's, the coffee is like the official beginning of the day and stuff like that. So
I hear you. Usually the rule of thumb in my house is don't talk to me unless I've had my cup of coffee, because I'm like comatose. My husband has tried having full-fledged conversations with me before a cup of coffee, and I just look at him and I'm all bleary-eyed, like, why are you talking to me? But I can only really have 1 cup of coffee a day, and anything past, like caffeine past 1 o'clock, I'll be up all friggin' night. Which, I wish I was someone like you who could have coffee at 7 o'clock, with after dinner or with dessert or something. It's nice. A nice cup of espresso, or here we go, frou-frou again, right? No. Nope. Yeah. Hey.
Okay. Yeah, it's like, but I've been enjoying the I don't know, I think too, with the whole staying up all night. I'll be up during the day if I know that I'm like something like this here. It's like, okay, got a thing going on 10 o'clock, or I have a doctor's appointment, or, thank God my psychotherapist does FaceTime. I have an appointment with her, so so I make sure I'm at least set the alarm and be awake for that. Now I may or may not go right back to bed after we're done. I don't know, but I find that at least before the quarantine, I was able to have people over. Now I can't even have people over. And I think my draw to the nighttime is we get psychological with you because I think during the day I see I'm looking out the window and I'm seeing all the cars going by, and I'm thinking, why the hell aren't you at home? And but
stay the F at home.
Yeah, stay at home. But it's like people are doing their stuff,
Yeah.
They're going places, they're doing things, and I'm stuck here. So at night, I'm like, okay, I like this because everybody is asleep, nobody's doing anything, and I don't know, just like I said, I think I'm a vampire. I just think I'm just enjoy the stillness of the evening.
Yeah, I hear you.
So.
That's fair. That's totally fair. Everyone's circadian rhythms are different. My father, for the longest time, would sleep all day and be up all night and would drive my mother bonkers because he'd be like knocking on the bedroom door. Can I have a cup of coffee? Can you make me a piece of toast? And my mother would be like, no, come on.
Make your own goddamn toast.
Yes. Yeah, the whole quarantine is really, I don't know. So I should say I'm very fortunate that for me and my household, I have a built-in gaming partner. And then, my husband the opposite way. And then for many people, it's not that way. Like their significant other, or if they have kids that live with them, they don't play games. So we've been able to do some gaming. Certainly probably not as much as my husband would want. But I think in terms of mental health and quarantine, this has been really hard on people. It's been really hard on people.
Yeah.
And thank God for therapy, right? Whew.
Oh, it's my therapist makes me promise, okay, you're going to still be here for our next session, right? You're still going to, it's like, it's like, you're still going to be alive for our next session, right? It's like, yeah, I promise.
Oh, geez, promise me that too. No, I don't want to see that. I don't want to hear that. No. I need my sassy mega Meeple in my life. Yeah. I was very fortunate that this whole time I wasn't laid off or furloughed, which for many people was an exception to the rule. A couple of our friends were furloughed, or their hours were greatly reduced, and I think of all of the patrons and our regulars who come into the library. Many of them are very low income or homeless or on the fringe to begin with, and it breaks your heart, really, that we were that fragile of an economy to begin with, and that people are in those situations at all. And I'm thankful every day that for what I have, and it could be very much worse. It can be worse.
Yeah,
so.
and considering how quick I've lost count of how many U-Haul trucks I've seen at my apartment of people moving out just this month, at least 3 or 4, and it's like, I hope they're going someplace, or I'm assuming they're going someplace else, but yeah, it's like, and the apartment complex I have, twice already, they said, well, we have this, if you need help, we have this fund of like so many tens of thousands, and go on this website such and such time. And it's like, okay, you go on, it takes 5 minutes just to log on, because the servers, shut the shit. And then once you finally get logged on, it says, okay, thank you, no longer taking new applications. It's like, well,
Yeah.
a lot of help that did me, so it's like, so. But,
yeah, and I'm sure you're not the only one who's going to be in this situation. It's terrible.
It's just, I still don't think the whole, let's reopen and get back to normal. I don't think that the new normal is going to resemble the old normal.
God, I hope not.
There's
right.
There's got to be some adjustments. So anyway, all right. So now that I got that off my chest, I'll edit back in.
So
I mean, this whole series I'm doing is just self-serving because it's like, I'm just contacting people. I've either had on the show before or never really had a reason to have on the show before. And it's like, hey, talk to me.
Yeah. I need to see faces.
Really.
Contact with people.
And a few other people that I've had, it's like, oh, we're doing this on video, and I said, yeah, I'll just extract the audio from it, but people find it easier to talk. So I'm not doing an interview. I'm talking to people. I want to chit chat with people, and it's gonna be a lot easier to do that seeing someone's face rather than an avatar.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Actually, you know what? The only game I've really been able to play on a daily basis is on my phone. I really like the whole Harry Potter Wizards Unite.
Oh yeah.
It's sort of like a Harry Potter version of Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
But the art is much better. There's a hell of a lot more you could do with it. I mean, you could do like spells and this, that, and the other, and go on challenges and the current version of it is such that for people that are homebound, that they're still able to do wizard challenges. Because cool. Normally you would have to go to like these, like in Pokemon Go, you'd have to go to the thing to, do your, Poke Wars or whatever the hell they call them. So I don't know anything about that, but you would have to go to, and for Wizards Unite, it's those same spots, but they're like wizard fortress castles and stuff like that. And you go in there, and depending on what level you are, you're able to band together with people and fight against these monsters and stuff. So with the whole shut-in stuff, they made it so you could take, rather than walking physically to these places, you just hit the icon and you take, quote unquote, a bus, one of those the Harry Potter buses, to those fortresses, and you're able to do you're able to have access to the same things that you would have if you had to walk around everywhere to get to these places or spots, and you could do that from your home. So that's been really cool. So yeah, that as far as gaming, that's the only one that I've really been gaming every day for. Board game stuff. It's weird. I have games. I have like a game set up right now, but it's been set up on my table for a few weeks, and I'm like, yeah, I'll get to it. Because normally, when I have people over, it's like, okay, set the game up and blah, 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 and we'll play through it. And now it's like, well, I'll play it when I feel like it. And right now, I'm just not feeling like it. I got the expansions to Everdale. I was like, I really want to play those, try these expansions and, see how it works out with the game and blah, blah, blah. It's like, but I had this other game set up at the table that I'm just not...
Yeah, you got to be motivated now to put it away and set up the new one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. Which Everdell expansions did you get?
So far, it was the most recent Kickstarter where they got the Spire Crest and Belfair.
Oh, okay. We have Pearlbrook, and we didn't go in on the other two. Sometimes with the Kickstarters, there's so many, and there's only so many funds, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, I'm afraid, too, that it's going to be one of those games that's going to get too big, too, in terms of when you put all the expansions in, it'll be too much content. Mm-hmm. Hopefully it's modular. You can put some things in, take some things out. Pearlbrook was cool. Pearlbrook was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was one of those things that didn't. It just added one more resource thing you could do.
Okay.
My understanding with these two new ones is Belfair is modular. I think half of it is more sort of like esoteric stuff. They have like a little player board, and then they have player abilities that you can or cannot, introduce to it. Spirecrest is the one that kind of, I think, if you played Everdell a lot and you've gotten into the strategy and the rhythm, and you got a plan of action type of thing, Spirecrest is one of those that, okay, once you master the core game, introduce this, and it will kind of throw a monkey in your wrench in your whatever.
Wrench in your monkey.
And you'll have to rethink your approach to winning the game, because there'll be some things depending on what season you're in. You'll be limited on what you're able to do when you're getting resources or whatever.
That's interesting. Yeah. So my husband does social media for our FLGS, and he's able to get stuff kind of at discount. I do very much enjoy Everdell, and half of the charm right there is the cutesy little animals.
Yeah.
I feel no shame in saying that. No shame.
Yeah.
And I wish there were kind of more games like that. I talk a lot about, there's like this untapped market of games that are like girly too. There's not enough girly games out there. If we're expanding our profile, I guess, of gamers, having something real cutesy and girly for women to play too seems like a no-brainer. And Everdell kind of falls into that category. I'm not saying pink and rainbows and bows and dresses and shoes all over the place, although I would totally play that. Yeah, you're making me want to play Everdell now. Dang. I gotta go to work. It's not good.
So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been playing or not playing.
Looking at, admiring. We haven't played as much stuff. Again, much probably to my husband's chagrin, just because there's been so much turmoil in my life in the last 6 months, and even during the quarantine, that I'm so exhausted by the time I either get home, or it's the weekend, or we have so many other things that need doing. It's just like, what are games? Oh yeah, huh. Look at this whole room full of games. I miss you. We played, so we had done this challenge a year ago. We both got the BG Stats app, and I don't know if you use that for keeping track of plays.
Yep.
And this was totally inspired by Jamie Stegmaier, and it's something that he had said regarding, you should be able to play every single game in your collection at least once throughout a year. And if you're not able to, then it's kind of like, what are you holding on to that game for? So last May, we said, okay, all right, we have this stat app now. It's going to tell us what we've played, when we've played it. You know, we better hustle through this collection because we have like 350 games at our house. We have a lot. It's crazy. And new stuff is coming in all the time. And so we've gotten rid of quite a few games. And it was very helpful. You know, if you haven't played it in a year, yeah, maybe there's a reason why you haven't played it, or, you know, is it not as good as you remember it to be, or, you know, does another game replace it? I think that was the case quite a few times. But this weekend we played Village. We played Zolkin, of which I'm notorious for letting my workers just ride the little gears over and over and over again. And I always have to beg to the gods for more corn because why? What else have we played? We have tried, and we kind of got to a stopping point because we were getting a little frustrated. Have you played Journeys to Middle-earth yet?
No, not yet.
That might be up your alley. Has a solo mode. We played like 7 games because at the beginning of the year I said to my husband, "Dear Lord, we have to finish one campaign game this year, at least, for Pete's sakes. We have Gloomhaven, we have Star Wars Imperial Assault, we have this," and there were like 2 or 3 others. I said, "No more campaign games in this house until we can finish something." So we restarted that, and we're like halfway through. We're doing terribly. We're doing real bad. So yeah, that has promise in terms of being finished. But other than that, it's been like light and fun games, some quick stuff to set up and take down, stuff that doesn't necessarily take a lot of brain power. Because, you know, I mean, again, the quarantine is affecting your attention span, your focus. I mean, in addition to your mental health, too. So, I think just being, sorry, a bug was like, so I think being kind to ourselves is definitely key.
Definitely, yeah. It's got you gotta have some me time and just you know, recharge your batteries. You know, I think well, for introverts, that's just something that we just kind of it's like, okay, yeah, we know that feeling. We know it's like it's almost something like we know when that time has to come, and it's like, all right, you know, not being antisocial, but just I want to be on when I'm interacting with people, but to do that I gotta like shut down for a while, so and recharge.
Yeah, it's been a real bitch for us extroverts over here.
Oh, I could imagine. It's like you're just
I'm driving my husband up a wall. The first week I was home, and I worked from home 2.5 years before I got my full-time job at the library. And I was like, yeah, there's a reason why I didn't like working from home, because I like being around people, I like talking to people. And so the first week I was home, I was just driving him nuts. I was, random singing. I'm working on the computer and listening to my Pandora and doing some singing, and he'd be yelling down the stairs, "For the love of God, will you please stop singing?" And I go, "No."
What's wrong? You're getting this entertainment for free. It's like you don't have to buy a ticket. Come on.
I know, free entertainment. Come on. And for some context, my husband is a church organist and choir director, So my singing is not quite on point there. Woo, it's bad. I got a lot of enthusiasm. Yeah, I mean, yeah. This is a time when I wish I was an introvert, because it wouldn't bother me as much not to see people and interact with them. And my job at the library is so forward facing with the public that 3/4 of my day is spent interacting with people, whether I want to or not. Not all library patrons are great. What a surprise. So I have a movie that I've seen that I'm wondering if you have seen, because I need to talk to someone about this stupid movie.
Okay.
It's The Lighthouse with Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson.
Okay.
Did you watch this movie?
I have not yet. I've seen that it's on Amazon Prime, and I think it's on Netflix. I at least saw it on Amazon Prime because I was going through some movies earlier this past weekend, but I've not seen it yet. I've heard it's a slow burn. I've heard that the act, but it's kind of I don't know. I've heard words to describe it as bizarre, artsy. Yeah, there's been a lot of like polarizing things. Some people rave about it, and others like, what the hell did I just watch?
Yeah.
The reviews kind of go down those lines.
Yeah. So I guess for those who aren't familiar with it, it's the same director, producer, maybe, and you can correct me on this, of the guy who did The Witch.
Yes, I saw that.
So what did you think of The Witch?
I remember when I saw it, I had to have the subtitles on, even though it is, I guess you could technically say it's in English, but it's in that language or that way of talking that is like, okay, it's almost like Shakespeare. It's like, what the hell did he just say? So I had to put the subtitles on to get a sense of what they were talking about. It was one of those movies that now just to give you a qualifier here, a few weeks ago, and I'm still editing it, me and Seth Locke did our top 10 horror movies. And he was more like the classic, The Shining, The Thing, stuff like that. And I was listing this, obscure shit that nobody's ever heard of. And half of them were slashers and stuff. So I'm a sick puppy. But for the Witch, I thought it was interesting. But the end, I didn't think the end was enough of a payoff for the slow pace of the movie. I was hoping for things to like blow up at the end or something like that. And
all right, that's fair.
Yeah, and I didn't get that.
My husband watched it, and he likes horror movies, and he's not easily creeped out, but he was creeped out by that movie. He ended up watching it for some unknown reason. He got up early one day. He watched it like 6 o'clock in the morning, and he crawled back into bed. I was just like holding on tight to me, and I was like, "What is wrong?" He's like, "That movie was creepy." So the Lighthouse is just weird. It's so weird, and it totally artsy, and I'm fine with that. And my husband has done some more research into it, because I looked at him at the end of the movie and I was like, what the F did I just watch here? This is so weird. And Willem Dafoe, to me, just creeps me out no matter what he's in. It's creepy and weird. He said that he's read commentary that it's like a modern Prometheus. I just don't know what to think of this very weird movie. It's good, it's not that it's poorly acted or poorly directed. You get a definite sense of claustrophobia of these two people in isolation. It's just so weird. And I should admit too, I'm not really a horror fan. I'm easily creeped out. I'm that wuss over here that watches, like, I don't know, The Conjuring and sees the creepy lady ghosty thing and then wakes up in the middle of the night and thinks she sees the creepy ghosty lady thing in her bedroom and just like, ah! So I'm a wuss. So yeah, weird, so weird. I don't know. And there was, for those who've seen it, there was a Facebook page my husband found of Robert Pattinson mutilating seagulls, because there's that scene in The Lighthouse, I don't know if you've seen it, where he takes a seagull and he's bashing the heck out of it. So this person took popular music and overlaid it to Robert Pattinson bashing the heck out of these seagulls. So it was like Celine Dion and the Titanic theme song. Just
God.
They ended up they must have taken it down on Facebook because he was all sad. They took it down. Yeah. So what kind of, are you a Netflix person? Are you a Hulu? Are you Amazon Prime? What's your normal
right
to watch?
Right now it's Netflix. If they have it on Amazon Prime, I'll do that, or Shudder.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with Shudder.
Yeah, Shudder's sort of like the Netflix for horror movies.
Ah, okay. So what are you watching lately?
I'm trying to get into the second season of Altered Carbon.
Oh, okay.
But it's one of those things that I don't know. It must be the quarantine or whatever, but with my not able to focus too well, it's like I keep getting distracted for other things. So I just gotta, I just gotta hunker down and watch the damn thing. I think the last show that I really was able to sit down and binge watch all within a day is the last season of Orange is the New Black.
Oh yeah, so we started that, and then we're very like cats when they see shiny things in our house.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, new show, let's start that. Oh, that one looks good. And then we just have a habit, maybe like our campaign games. There's a common thread here of starting something and never finishing it. But we've remedied that of sorts. You brought this up before, and if you had Hulu, I would totally recommend this for you because you would laugh your ass off. And the movie is on Amazon Prime. What We Do in the Shadows. So it's about vampires.
Yeah.
Hilarious as all get out. Same guy that did Jojo Rabbit. Did you see Jojo Rabbit?
No, not yet.
Probably would like that too. Just so it's these 4 vampires that are being filmed kind of like Office style, and there's a familiar, and it's a modern day Staten Island, as they say. And it's just it's ridiculous. I just love it. I love it.
They made a TV series from that, didn't they?
They did, yeah. So the TV series is what's on Hulu right now.
Okay.
First season was maybe 10 episodes, half-hour show, and they're already into season 2. Last week's special guest was Mark Hamill, which was pretty fun. But that's one of our new obsessions. One of our we watched Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. I'm working my way through Outlander. We're working on The Last Kingdom. Trying to think what else. Penny Dreadful. We watched Penny Dreadful a while back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like that one.
We liked it, too, because that ending was super not good. It was super not good. Have you heard any reviews for the new version of it yet?
No, not yet. Yeah. I think that the main reason I was watching that is because I fell in love with Eva Green. So
she's quite something.
Yeah. It's like that's like the same reason I watch it as like the Underworld movies. The first one was really good. The second one was all right. And then it just kind of, the third one was sort of like a prequel. And that was fun in its own right. But I think after that, it just kind of went up. It's like, oh, but Kate Beckinsale's in it. Okay, I'll watch it. It's like,
yeah, that's fair. Also fair.
I'm superficial.
Hey, hey, we all have something, you know. It's okay. You got to embrace these things. You're not hurting anyone with it, so who cares? Who cares? I've told my husband, though, if Wonder Woman and he were in the same room, there would be trouble. And not for Wonder Woman, for him. So, it's fine. It's fine. It's fair. It's all fair.
Most recent movies I saw was something I usually don't care for musicals, but I saw Anna and the Apocalypse.
Yeah.
And that was a cute movie. That was like an ensemble movie. It was a musical.
Okay.
But there was like 5 characters, and they had enough in there that you cared about all 5 characters and what happened to them. And the tunes were kind of happening. So anyway,
this was on Netflix or on Amazon Prime?
It was on Amazon Prime.
Okay, I'll have to take a look. We are also not musical fans in our house. Like the real saccharine sweet, real musicals, just gaggerific. Again, to each their own. Maybe it's a reflection of my personality, but we're like the Sweeney Todd, the West Side Story, the Book of Mormon kind of people over here. So dark and humor, I guess.
Yeah, it's like this. I know when the Evil Dead, the musical, came through Charlotte, me and some friends went to see that, and that was hilarious. And as far as like other musicals, the only ones I really enjoyed that I could actually watch and enjoy and watch again is My Fair Lady and Little Shop of Horrors. So that's sort of my, My Fair Lady is about the extent of my quote unquote classic, what have you.
Yeah, West Side Story over here, and that one's like dark. That one's dark. Yeah, we're definitely not. I've heard very good things about Beetlejuice. That's on Broadway. We've always wanted to see Spamalot.
Oh, that was another one I saw. That was a good one.
Yeah, not a lot. And my husband and I are both musicians. I mean, that's what he does for a living.
Sweet.
But to each their own. So, hey, it's why it's so wonderful. There's so much stuff to enjoy. Lots of stuff.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff.
So what musical instruments do you play, or do you sing? And
well, we've heard about my singing abilities.
Yeah.
So big old raspberry there. So I started playing the flute when I was 10, so I've played that for 24 years. I taught 16 of those, and my last student ruined me. Just absolutely ruined me. So I don't teach anymore. I played piccolo. That I was probably better at. And I played jazz saxophone and jazz band in school, and I wasn't very good at that. I played handbells in church before. But my husband is he's the one who can play just about anything and pick it up. And I'm super jealous.
Don't you hate that?
But he started playing the piano when he was 3. So he's been playing 31 years. And he's very good at it, so. Yeah. Well, you play instruments too, correct though?
Yeah, primarily the longest is bass. Played bass. It was funny. I played tuba in high school, and I think I got a. Actually, the way I picked up the bass was back during my church days. We some people from the worship group was going to put together a little band and do like a concert for the teens.
Oh, cute.
And they needed a bass player, and somehow they found out that I had played tuba, and I guess they equated that with, oh, okay, well you know lower register, whatever, I don't know. Yeah, it's a bass clef, but we were reading chord charts,
Yeah,
it wasn't like music stuff.
Yeah.
So
a little bit of a difference between a brass instrument and a string instrument. Well, just a little difference. But yeah, I mean, if you can read bass clef already, then you're halfway there, I guess.
Yeah. So I went and got and I still got it. I went to a music store, got a bass, and met with the sort of like the band's guitar player, which is sort of like your husband. He's able to hear a song and know exactly what notes they're playing. So they picked out some songs, and I got together with the guitar player, and my introduction to the bass was I didn't know anything about bass. I didn't know anything about music theory, nothing. It was like, okay, here's these 6 or 8 songs. These are the notes you play. And I just memorized the fingerings, and that was it. And so I went from that to learning more, and then I went from being on the sound crew to being a bass player for the worship group, and then did some bands, cover bands. I played bass for a Irish folk band that would play at the Irish pubs around here, and
Cool.
when the local college would have International Day, you'd have like different tents and everything, and the big stage, and each country or each culture would perform their native dancers or instruments, and I was a bass player for our Ireland one. So that was interesting.
Cool.
So I've started learning how to play guitar, but I just learned enough to, okay, this is a pentatonic scale, and this is a different chords and stuff like that.
Yep.
But and so I when I got back on my feet, it was like I've always wanted to. Way back in the 80s, I had like a 4-track tape recorder, and that was my introduction to recording.
Oh,
so
cool.
it's like I knew I wanted to do it again, to just kind of, at my age, you kind of like look back. It was like, the stuff that you did as a kid is like, well, what can I physically in my current state, what can I physically do that now? So, music was another. And, with the bass and guitar, I was told by my doctors, like, yeah, if you could do that, that will help. That's your physical therapy right there with your hands.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to worry about, just the exercise with that. But the thing with that, I could only play for maybe 20 minutes or so before my hand starts, freezing up on me.
Yeah.
It was like, all right, so we found out my limitations. My gigging days are over, but I could still,
putter around.
Yeah. And I talked to. I just recorded a episode with Bob and Ryan from One Day West Games, and we talked primarily about music. And I told him, I was like, yeah, my thing of music is very dark. I mean, gothic in a sense, EBM, industrial. So
yeah,
to me, it's almost therapeutic because it's like, I hate the world, I hate everybody on it. Woe is me, I want to die. And so it's like, but it's very therapeutic. It's like, okay, if I get that out and away from me, I get that out there, I get it away from me. And it's like, because people, some people journal, and that's to me, that's what songwriting is. To me, is like, I'm journaling, and I'm just putting really funky sounds to it.
Hey, whatever works for you to bring you calmness and serenity.
Yeah, there's only so many. I'm down to 2 cigars now, so I can't. I got 2 more times of that to get my blood pressure down. So yeah, I gotta find other ways to. I either gotta call my tobacconist or get the start getting to the studio again. Well, thank you so much, Jen. I hope that we had some technical difficulty beforehand, so you may hear this episode, or you may hear take 2 of this episode. I don't know what to say.
That's fine.
Hey, more time to talk. More time to talk.
Different cup of coffee.
Yeah, always looking for an opportunity to have some coffee. So, but if people want to find out more about the Boardgame Librarian, where could they go?
Oh, they can go on Instagram at boardgame.librarian. At some lifetime, I'll change that. Just laziness. I'm on Facebook with the Boardgame Librarian. And you can always email me at theboardgamelibrarian@gmail.com. I'm like a one note pony over here. The Boardgame Librarian.
That's good. Some of us use the same thing for our passwords, which I understand is before I became retired. That's when I started getting into digital forensics, because I was doing question documents and stuff. So I learned all the ways that people can mess around with passwords and breaking it. So I hear that's not a good thing to do, but hey, you like me is like, I don't remember my password. It could be one of 5 iterations, and by that time I've locked myself out of my account after I tried them all.
Yep. Yeah, that's happened. Yep.
So. Anyway, thank you so much, Jen, for coming on and doing our little fireside chat, shoot the shit, kind of. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm calling. That's what I've been calling it. So it's kind of worked.
It totally works.
So you enjoy your rest of your day. It looks like it's other than unlike here in Charlotte, it looks like it's nice and sunny there.
It is. It's always terrible to go to work on a day like today. Oh well. The sadness.
Oh well. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Jen, and we will talk to you later.